Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Skin Boutique. Now, today again we're still on the phobia theme, and today's phobia is gonna be a phobia for darkness. So let's dive right in. As you can see, I already have my bald cap on. Today's look, I've never ever done something like this before, but I wanna try. So I hope it's gonna turn out okay. If it doesn't, c'est la vie. But let's dive right in. Now for this look, I'm gonna need this handy tool because I'm gonna need to dry off what I'm gonna be sticking to my face. So let's dive right in. Okay, so the first part of the application is over, and then I'm gonna do the rest of my face. But first, I have to at least semi-dry this on my head. Okay, so I'm still blow drying my head at this point, waiting for this to at least semi-dry. Now the voice cut out right here, that's why I'm doing this voiceover. So I'm going back in with the same process, and I'm gonna be repeating this process throughout. So if you wanna forward from here, you can do so. But yeah, this is the process, and then I'm gonna go back in with my hair dryer and just continue to dry this. It's like this took 4 hours, so you need a bit of patience. Again, as I said, I'm just repeating the same process over and over and over again. Now, this is very time consuming. Here, I was really hoping and praying that this didn't seep into my hair because there's literally no way to get it out of here. That's why I fashioned a good old bowl cap. Of course, more blow drying. Okay, so here's where it actually starts to get really interesting and the look starts to take form. So I've gone over my mouth and I've only left one eye open so that I can see what I'm doing, but eventually I'm also gonna cover up that eye. Anyway, so here I can barely see. And guys, when I say I can barely see, it's because I'm short-sighted, so I really can barely see. Okay, so I did cut a hole, a very tiny hole, if you can see it, just for my pupil to be able to see. That's a thumbs up right there. And at this point, I also cut a small part in the mouth so I could talk, but here we are with the voiceover. I'm also going in with my foundation. Again, I can barely see. Of course, I really like the texture that the tissue paper makes. As you can see, it's not the whole face that is covered in foundation because I really like the white that peeps through. Of course, I'm going in with the foundation, and keep in mind I can barely see, so some parts really didn't get the foundation on because I couldn't see. I could only see straight forward. I couldn't see through the sides, so that was very limiting. So I'm doing the best that I can with the sight that I have. Okay, so time to draw quote unquote the eyes, and I went with an oval shape because it kind of looks creepy. And then I also went with that Glasgow smile, I think. I'm just painting in with black. Anyway, the flyaway parts, they actually give more texture to the look, so I'm gonna leave them. They're very irritating, but I'm gonna leave them. I'm also filling in that Glasgow smile. I think I should have made it longer, but that's fine. Okay, so I'm almost done filling in the eyes, and again, I can barely see. Okay, I'm going in with some red around the eyes, and I'm gonna fill in red in the white spaces as well. This actually came out better than I hoped. Of course, I'm still filling those white parts in with red just to, make it more scary. Now, I feel like I could have done a lot more with this look, but again, I could barely see, so we get what we get. And I think I made one of the holes a little bit larger. Well, one of the eye holes, that is. Anyway, that was the finished look, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.